This is my response to hip-hop gatekeeping. Alright, so check it out. Somebody dropped a comment on my Beat Street video and decided to bless me with a full-blown hip-hop citizenship test. Matter of fact, let's just check out the comment. It reads, and I quote, "You were mistaken about hip-hop in this entire video. You called Cali hip-hop and yourself hip-hop, which is impossible. Hip-hop is only New York City. Saying anywhere else is hip-hop just because people in these places watched what we were doing and emulated whatever they saw on movies or documentaries is insane. That's like watching films on the Vietnam War and then telling people you are a Vietnam veteran. People who did go to war in Vietnam will tell you, no, you aren't. You never even been to Vietnam, and you tell them so? I seen a movie about it, and now I'm a Vietnam vet. That's crazy talk. You wasn't there. You wasn't up or down, just a spectator. Just because you like pizza, eating it doesn't make you Italian. Just like learning to speak French won't make you French." End quote. According to this professor of purism, I failed the citizenship test. And apparently, I'm not hip-hop. Why? Because I'm from Baltimore. And because according to this guy, hip-hop is only New York City, period. Full stop. If you weren't physically on Sedgwick Avenue in 73, you're basically just a fan. Just a fan wearing a Public Enemy shirt, listening to a 10th generation dub of the Cold Crush versus Fantastic Five. Now, my man compared me to people like someone that would watch a Vietnam War documentary and go around telling people that they're a Vietnam vet. Yo, what kind of logic leapfrogs are we playing here? Now listen, no disrespect to the Bronx whatsoever. The Bronx is the Mecca, the Genesis, Ground Zero, Kool Herc, Flash, Bambaataa, Theodore, Cold Crush, the Rocksteady Crew. All sacred names. No one's disputing that. But saying hip-hop is only New York City is like saying only Italians can eat spaghetti. Only French people can stick their tongues in each other's mouths while they kissing. Only British people can drink tea. And only those that were either at the birth, during the life, or at the death of Jesus can be Christians. Bro, what are we even talking about here? Let me hit you with some real hip-hop history. Hip-hop started in the Bronx, however, it never stayed in the Bronx. I know a lot of people want to talk about Brooklyn and the DJs there that were doing some pretty amazing things years prior. But for the sake of this rant, let's take the documented Bronx August 11th, 1973 route. By the early 80s, thanks to films like Wild Style, Style Wars, and yes, Beat Street, hip-hop begun spreading like wildfire. We're talking global transmission. Cassette tapes bootlegged across the oceans, VHS tapes getting passed around like sacred scrolls in places that had never seen a b-boy do a backspin or a windmill. And who brought it to them? The originators. Africa Bambaataa himself was out there on tour in Europe in the early 80s. The Zulu Nation didn't just post up in the Bronx and gatekeep. They spread the culture. They exported it proudly like it was some musical soul food. Fat Five Freddy wasn't saying, nah, don't share this with nobody else, it's only ours. He was saying, yo, check this out, this is what we are. Like griots with turntables, hip-hop was designed to spread. It was a call and response to oppression, to poverty, to the raw creative energy of the streets. And guess what? That call resonated in Baltimore, DC, Chicago, Philly, Compton, Miami, London, Italy, Tokyo, Germany. This culture is not a country club, it's a cipher. Let me break it down further with a metaphor you might understand, Mr. Gatekeeper. If hip-hop was a fire, and if yes, in fact, it did start with Kool Herc's spark in the Bronx, are you really mad that that flame caught on to other torches? Are you mad that people in other cities built bonfires with it? What are we supposed to do, just stand around in the cold because we weren't born at the original bonfire? Hell nah. I grew up in Baltimore with hip-hop 40 years plus in this culture. DJing, at times rhyming, tagging, b-boying, breathing the elements. Not watching from the bleachers, living it. And no one handed it to me like some knockoff imitation. I got it from the source. The same source that kept passing it on through mixtapes, VHS tapes, park jams, open mics, and raw community energy. And yo, even New York cats know this. Ask Harris-One, who literally said, rap is something you do, hip-hop is something you live. That living can happen anywhere, my man, not just on 183rd Street. This whole you weren't there so you can't be hip-hop thing, it's elitist nonsense wrapped in a dusty cassette cover. You know who else ain't from New York City? Redman, Eazy-E, Snoop, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Eminem, DJ Premier, Outkast, The Ghetto Boys, 2 Live Crew, UGK, J Dilla, The Far Side, and I can go on and on. And you trying to tell me they aren't hip-hop? Do me a favor, go tell Redman he ain't hip-hop. I'll wait. Baltimore has and always had a hip-hop scene. We've always had b-boys, DJs, MCs, underground clubs, boomboxes on shoulders, walls of graffiti, and freestyles and ciphers that would melt your face off. In Baltimore, we've had our own unique hip-hop scene that's been thriving for decades. Artists like the We Rock Crew, Newmarks, Lab Tech One, Sparrow, Bossman, Tate Kobang, and many, many more have made significant contributions to the city's culture and landscape. Let me know if you want a whole video on Newmarks. For those that don't know, you might be very surprised at their contribution to music. Leave a comment down below. So to the homie in the comments, I appreciate your passion. I truly do. Oh, and wait, while we're at it, I would love to hear more about all your groundbreaking cultural shifting contributions to hip-hop. You know the ones. Enlighten us. Were you in the room when Nas was writing Illmatic? Did you ghost produce P.E.'s Take a Nation of Millions LP? No? Didn't think so. Just curious where exactly you think you fit into the culture aside from the spectator section. So remember, hip-hop isn't a gated community. It's a movement, a global force. It belongs to those who live it, love it, sweat it, and keep its flame burning. Not just those that were lucky enough to be born near where it started. Now excuse me, I gotta go watch Wild Style again. You know, to recharge my unauthorized bootleg, unqualified hip-hop soul. And if you're still here with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, do all the little things down here. It really helps our small channels out. And I don't know if I deserve your support, but I definitely appreciate it. So you want another dope video? Hit this right here. But until next video, salute. I'm out.